Good evening. It's Erica of Herbal Arts, and I'm a little cockeyed at this point. Okay. And we've got the mess behind me. Sofa, spinning stuff, the chaise lounge of fiber, back there too. That is on the list for operation organization, but not yet. Because now it is time to cut the first warp. Yes, I haven't gotten quite to the end yet. I'm going to move the camera in a minute so you can see things. I originally thought I was going to be really clever and set up, there's a special tying rod that comes with the Saori looms that has a slit in it that you essentially just lay the warp threads over and you push this down into it. And I was going to sort of loosen the warp and slot this in and then cut next to it. And that's a really good idea for the future, but it doesn't work if you've used that rod that has the slit in it for this piece as your tie-on rod. So I will remember in the future that I do have, this is I think back for the rear of the warp, but I will remember I do have a second piece so I could think about doing it that way in the future. So that's probably what I'll do once I cut the warp and take off what I've woven. And I'm planning on, after I cut it, because the cutting won't take too long, and I still need to buy really good scissors. I've still got sort of okay scissors, but it's thin cotton, so it shouldn't be a problem. But after I do the cutting, I am going to pull what I've woven across the camera so you can see what I've woven. The reason I'm stopping now is one, I'd like to get the things done that I can get done and ready for Saturday, but also, and you'll probably be able to see it when I tilt the camera down, I don't know the name of the part, but the beam that essentially you wrap, that all the weaving gets wrapped around, is pretty full. It's going to start to rub up against the front beam, and so there's no room to put any more weaving on there. So I have to take it off anyways. Okay. So I'm going to get you located and situated. Okay. If you see any popcorn on the floor, it's because Heloise has stolen it. She likes to play with it. Okay. I think that's going to be okay and you won't fall forward. Okay. So here's the warp. Yeah, so you can see all that. Okay. Here's the beater. Here I've cranked it forward quite a bit. I've hem stitched this piece here. You can see some white below. That is it's an IKEA sheepskin. And so I'm just going to cut across. I'm going to keep my hand here, okay, so that these threads will hopefully fall down and not fall back through the beater. I want to have a little bit of fringe here. Not particularly long. I don't like fringe actually, and I'm sort of envisioning this as a men's scarf, and also not one you sort of tie up a lot. I hate fringe because it gets caught in everything. So a little bit of fringe is going to be okay, and I'll probably want to knot it. So I'm going to come down a little bit, try and be even, which will be the hardest part. This is so scary. Okay, here we go. So I can actually, it's like hair, right? Can I actually get the scissors in the right place? Okay, there we go. I don't think I'm being straight. Okay, there we go. It appears to, for the most part, be okay there. Should probably go back and actually see if it's long enough for me to... Maybe not. Okay, so you guys ready for the reveal? Okay. So I'm going to try and do this without poking myself on anything. I'll have to take this off. That's essentially the lock. Okay. And here we go. So we have a scarf, 12 inches across. Oops, hang on. We're not going to place that there because I can see it's trying to pull. I'm going to let this fall down here, I think, for now. I'm actually just going to quickly go and do this. And let up the rake a little. So I'm going to pull a little more out. And I'm going to quickly just go like that. Don't want to lose any of them. Gentle knots are your friend. Okay, and it looks pretty tight on the back if I'm looking back in there. And that's got a couple sticking out in weird places. Let's see, I think I've got to quickly want to test a few. I think those are okay. Okay, so we have our green. Okay, this is sort of just some junk yarn, so I could have some fringe on this side. Okay, this one I'm not planning on having much fringe, so this is a cowl. Okay. So this is sort of much more Saori woven. Okay. I was aiming for somewhere between 26 and 28 inches. We'll have to measure and see how that is, but hopefully you can see the shimmer on that. A little shimmer there too. Okay. The yellow is also waist. Then we have another cowl, all plain weave in that purple. Look at that. The purple is hand dyed. It's Purple Pop, hand dyed by Kristen at Not a Gypsy Design. This scarf here is Highland wool tiger yarn, which means that sort of that black and white sort of stripe, hand dyed by Spinner's Candy. It's gonna make it feels like it's got a decent drape to it, so that should be nice. Okay. I'm not planning on any fringe on that. And then we have the first thing. This should come out to be at least 60 inches. This is the hand-dyed silk from Pandora's Yarn. Okay. And it's nubby. It's not like mulberry silk soft. It's that sort of, I don't know if anyone remembers those Silk and Oil t-shirts that were really big in the 90s. But you can see some of the clasped weft there. And so this I'm planning on making a infinity scarf that you can wrap twice. And this is going to be for me. So the others are for the show, the rest are for me. And I have mostly, oops, gotta move the chair there. Reach the end, there's the tie-on. Okay. And there's that, you can see it, there's the slit that I will use when I because I think it will use waste less fiber. So I will use that once I get everything off. So I have to sort of thing. So I was taking it off tonight so I could wash it. I mean, most of it's wool and silk, so I'm not sending it through the washing machine, that's for sure. But yeah, now you've seen most of my condo, right? Hi there. So yeah, so that's what I wove in, started Sunday? Yeah, I think it started Sunday. So, and the next plant, I don't know if I'm going to get it done. It's some garments, but the next one is to make a cowl using gummy bears by Spinners. So it's come out like a rainbow. And I think that would make a really nice cowl. So that's the plan, and then I think whatever I have left, because I no longer have any paper around the warp, and at some point I'll probably have to stop and retie. Actually, I probably should, when I fix the front, I should probably also unwrap what's left of the back once I've tied the front and secured it, and put that on this so that it will actually come up further. I'm not quite sure how the pre-warped or pre-wrapped Saori warps are attached. They come on this squared tube, and so I don't know if they're like taped at the end, but there doesn't appear to be anything that allows it to extend past that beam. Like the beam is sort of it, and so I think I probably have to go and tie it off onto this. And using the cords that allows it to get up almost pretty close to the heddles. And so I can practice. Chowkey gave me some ideas about things you can do, like start untying parts of the warp, like on the edges, and pull them through the heddles and the reeds and weave them into the piece. So you're essentially starting to make a triangle as you weave. And is there other things, or make sort of hanging pieces and so forth. So she's of the philosophy of no warp left behind. So I will experiment with that, but probably certainly not until after Saturday. But I might also maybe make a cowl in the colors for the September palette of the month. I haven't decided if I want to do a bat for it, but I could do a cowl. I have enough yarn. I've got more yarn today. Yes? No? Heloise bought it. Honestly, Heloise bought it. Okay, so that's the plan. That's what I made. I'm really loving this. I might even ask Deidre. Deidre, if you're watching, if she can replicate a few of the individual colors in here, and I could do a patchwork something. So I have at least another skein of this, and I'm sure she will make more of it. So that's sort of what's up. Now I have to do the fun part of cutting apart and taking out the waste yarn and tying up my knots. And does anybody know, do you tie the knots in before you wash it? You probably want to tie it before then, not too tight, just in case you have to redo them. I don't know. We will learn. It's a learning experience. So, hope you're all having a lovely night. It's cooled down a little bit, but it's going to get hot. It's going to be in the 80s again this weekend. So, not sure if anybody wants to buy anything wool. We'll see. So, I will be half an hour north up outside of Charles City on a farm. I will be, if you're local and you're planning on coming up, I will be in the big building. There's the barn, which is actually sort of a event space. It's not a real barn, I don't think. There's the big building, which I think is a workshop, and then there's some tents, and then people around the grounds, and it's a barbecue. I think it's Bigfoot Barbecue or something like that. Barbecue truck. So it'll be a food truck, which is good because there's nothing there to get food at. So that's what's up. Wish you all a pleasant rest of your week, and I'll see you at some point on Facebook. Take care. Got to reach across the loom now. Turn you off.